Teddy Pendergraft, many years ago, made a song called "The Whole Town Is Laughing at Me." Well, except for the town, more like the whole world is sort of like laughing at Floyd or just shaking their head based off what transpired yesterday from Floyd pulling out of the fight, which was nothing more than an exhibition fight, and due to whatever reasons you think Floyd may have pulled out of the fight. But a lot of people are shaking their head, making jokes about him, and it is an embarrassing moment for Floyd Mayweather, because one, the white supremacists slash, the clear people slash the mayonnaise nation is loving every minute of it, because Floyd just gave them a lot of material and a lot to talk about. And then you just had the guys like me is just like shaking their head like in wow. Then you got the coons that, just hate Floyd just because they want to be down with the oppressor, the clear people in the mayonnaise nation. Those type of dudes that'll do anything to get views on YouTube, which, once again, fuck you niggas. But here's the thing about Floyd. I think it's time for Floyd to become Floyd Mayweather. Not Pretty Boy Floyd, not Floyd Money Mayweather, but just Floyd Mayweather. He's a household name. We know who he is. And I think he needs to drop that now. I think we're beyond the point of Floyd putting out videos or, putting out pictures of him flashing $1 million or just having a whole bunch of cash. Quest put out a very good video discussing this situation. Dude, you've been rich for a while, man. The act is grown tired. I think now it's time for you to portray yourself as a man with money versus a man who never had money. You've been rich for a while now, man. And I think it's time for you to display that. I think we're past the point to where we want to see your collection of cars. But then again, I'm going to tell you something. I was happy when Floyd would be flaunting his wealth, because it made me happy knowing that the haters and the white supremacists was unhappy. The mayonnaise nation members and aka the clear people, because his happiness and his flaunting made me happy for him and on his behalf. Now, I want to make this very clear. I already know about Floyd and the stuff he's said and done. I'm very aware of it. I've talked about it several times. I've been disappointed in some of the things Floyd has said and done. But as far as his money go, I would never wish that another black man go broke. I don't care how much I disapprove of him or some of his antics. Just like I don't care for Kanye West, but I don't ever wish he lose his entire fortune or Floyd Mayweather. Now, everybody seemed to be in Floyd's pockets, speculate whether he's broke or not. But I haven't heard anything about Floyd filing for bankruptcy. Until I hear about Floyd filing for bankruptcy, I'm going to assume he still got a pretty good bit of his money. Because at the end of the day, 50 Cent don't know shit. He just speculating. We know 50 Cent didn't file for bankruptcy. And then, once again, a lot of times, it's a little secret behind bankruptcy. But I'm not going to go into that. Donald Trump did file for bankruptcy a couple of times. Donald Trump still is worth over $1 billion. It's what chapter you file under. It's chapter 7, chapter 13, chapter 11. So it's levels to that shit. So that's the catch with that shit. I don't really want to go into deep detail about bankruptcy, but that's the point that I'm trying to make. I think Floyd is at a point he needs to, just be Floyd, man. You're going on 42 years old. You're going to be 42 years old in February. And I think it's time for you to show some, maturity. You, for real, man. Look, I get it. I really do. But I will say this much. Whoever is running Floyd's organization, whoever brought this deal to Floyd Mayweather, they need to be fired. Floyd should clean house. And that's another thing that's been floating around about Floyd. The people that surround him, do they have his best interest? I mean, real talk. You just have to wonder who these people are that's surrounding Floyd. I really do think he needs to evaluate who's in his circle. I mean, we get it with the flossing, like I said, with the cars, the girls, and all that type of shit. But now it sort of like reached the point to where, like, look, man, you need to do something else now. I think you need to come with a new gimmick, man. And like I said before, I don't have no problem with him, flaunting his money, but I think he needs to do things different now. Because you have heard things about Floyd getting swindled out of money. Floyd has a few lawsuits that he's fighting that I've reported on. So Floyd has a lot of shit coming his way, negative. So this is why people believe he has to keep fighting. I done read the details of what happened with him and that Japanese dude. Like I said, whatever the case may be, it still comes down to Floyd. Floyd is the one who looks bad, no matter how much he says that these people tried to, change the rules and all that type of shit. Based off the fact Floyd got a lot of people that detest him, they're going to make him at fault no matter what. So that's just really the bottom line. I'm not going to say all this shit about sit your ass down and all that type of shit. Like I said, real talk, I really wish I could have a private conversation with Floyd behind closed doors with no bodyguards, just me and him, and just like really pick his brain and see what, just see what's going on through his mind and shit. Because like I said before, I think it's just time to kind of like keep a low profile, man. No matter where you go, you're going to always be Floyd Mayweather. People going to always go want to take pictures with you and whatever. But I think it's time to lay low. Maybe it's time sometimes when you go somewhere, you just walk up in there. People don't need to see you arriving. Maybe you need to just pull up. Real talk. Because like when I go to the gym and sometimes they say Floyd might be coming, I have to sit up there and wait for like 4 or 5 cars to pull up and all that type of shit and make sure it's clear before you. And I just think maybe it's time to like tone that down. I understand you need security to a certain degree. I understand that. But do you need 8 bodyguards? Traveling in two vans, one behind the next? That's all I'm saying. Maybe it's just time for Floyd to downsize. And like I said before, didn't he just buy a new house like a couple of weeks ago? From my knowledge, he just bought a new house. And I think he paid like $18 million for it. So that's what I'm saying. He can't be too fucking broke if you spending $18 million on houses and shit. So a lot of people just assuming and praying that Floyd is broke. But like I said, maybe it's time for him to just tone it down. Even though I hate using quotes that certain football players say, when you would hear, racists like Bill Romanowski, who would be bitching about dudes doing touchdown celebrations, saying, act like you've been there before. Well, I think maybe this is one time where I agree with a quote by a steroid using racist piece of shit. Maybe Floyd need to act like he been there before. And like I said, it's just time for him to become Floyd Mayweather. Like I said, man, people gonna gravitate to you anyway. You a larger than life figure. You a household name. You arguably one of the greatest fighters that ever lived. You've done record numbers in pay-per-view sales and in revenue, man. You've done things that probably won't ever be duplicated. You've accomplished a lot. And I just think that, I'm serious, I just think that Floyd don't got the right type of people around him. He got a lot of leeches around him. He really do. You already know when it comes to those bitches, they a dime a dozen. Wesley Snipes wasn't bullshitting when he said, cancel this bitch, I'll buy another one. Like I said, I think Floyd need to really evaluate what's going on in his life. And it ain't even about, like I said, about going broke. It's just the whole thing, the whole persona, the whole image. But for real, man, I hope Floyd, really just have a heart-to-heart with himself, it's just maybe his family, and go somewhere where it's just him and he do some soul searching and shit. Because what happened to him today was just a very bad look. With him versus anybody else, it's always going to be his fault no matter what. Just like the whole situation with Tank Davis. The people that don't like Floyd was instantly ready to make the situation Floyd's fault. Which I don't think the situation with Tank is entirely Floyd's fault. But that's the thing. That's the shit that I'm saying. With Floyd, it's always blaming on the nigga. And particularly blaming on that nigga Floyd. But thank you for listening. I'm out.